Prapanna parijataya Totravitraikapanai Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamritaduhe Namaha.
Om Prapanna parijataya Totravitraikapanai Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamritaduhe Namaha. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and we are reading the commentary on Shloka 18 of the 14th chapter. And the Shloka is Karmani Akarma Yah Pashet Akarmani Cha Karma Yah Sa Buddhiman Manusheshu Sa Yukta Krishna Karma Krit. So the meaning is that one who sees akarma in karma means I am the doer is the normal consciousness of deluded people. But he sees that in that actually, in that means in place of that, he sees that I am actually not the doer, because the Indriyas are working with objects, I am not involved. Or alternatively, we can say, God is working, I am not the doer. So by any of these two means, he sees that he is not the doer. And he also introspects that I am keeping quiet. It appears to be a karma, but I am keeping quiet. This itself is a karma, because I am the doer of this not acting. And so, in this akarma, in place of this akarma, he sees, means he introspectively perceives that still karma is there. I am the doer is there. He is the right person. The implication being that we should feel, always try to change our consciousness from the wrong consciousness of doership into the right consciousness of non-doership. But side by side, we should always be introspectively aware that still karma is lurking in our mind, where we are feeling not doership, their karma is still lurking. We should become aware of that fact also. We may put it like this: we have to be aware that we are not the doer, and we have to be beware that still karma is lurking in us. If we do this, then what happens? We go higher. That means I am the doer goes on reducing. It has a course. It goes on reducing. And in every reduced doership, still karma is lurking. So we are introspectively finding that out also. So when these two things proceed together, one day we shall reach the goal. And before that, we will come to that purification, due to which we will feel our own real nature, actually feel. And then we will become steadfast in that. So this whole shloka means one who is entering into jnana nishtha, and by the process of change of consciousness and introduction, he becomes steadfast. Does not mean he sits there. steadfast in the progress of that Jnana Nishtha, he will reach the goal, which will be described in Shloka 24. That is the rough outline. Now, during this, so many things are to be explained. And so Shankar is taking one by one position of the mind, and they are explaining both these things. So, we are reading here, Tad etat ukta prativachanam api asakrit atyanta viparita darshana bhavitataya mumuya manoloka shrutam api asakrit tattvam vismrutya mithya prasangam avatarya chodayati. So this question and its reply has been told more than once, but because people are terribly deluded by totally opposite view, consciousness, they have become saturated by that bhavitataya. They are still contemplating, they are feeling that attitude still. And so, even though they have again and again heard this truth, they forget again and again, and they bring up all false examples again and again. And so they are prompting the wise man to tell them again and again. So this point Bhagavan knows, and also Bhagavan knows that it is very deep to feel, to experience that I am not the doer. And equally deep is the introspection that doership is still lurking. Durvineyatvam cha alaksha vastuna. Vastu means the truth is very deep to understand, feel. Now, avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate. This is in the second chapter. This has been told. Na jayate mriyate. This is also in the second chapter. Ityadina, and many such sentences were there. Atmani karma bhavaha. In our real nature, there is no doership. Shmruti smriti nyaya prasiddha ukto. This is according to Vedas. This is according to Smritis. This is according to logic. Has been told, Vakshamanacha. Again will be told again and again in the Gita. Tasmin Atmani, Karta Bhave, Karma Bhave, Tasmin Atmani, Karma Bhave, Akarmani, Karma Viparita Darshanam Atyanta Nirudam. In that Atman, though there is no doership, but in that non-doership, people feel doership. Atyanta Nirudam. This has become very firm in the minds of people. Yata kim karma kimakarmeti kavayo petra mohita. And therefore, Bhagavan has said that even the wise people are deluded in finding the real meaning of karma and akarma. What is the implication? Dehadi ashrayam karma atmani adhyaropya. Where is this karma? In the body. And we are superimposing it in our real nature. Aham karta, mama etat karma, maya asya phalam bhaktavyam iti cha. So we constantly feel that I am the doer. this is the work being done by me, and I shall have to experience the fruits thereof. Similarly, aham tushnim bhavami, other side. I shall keep quiet. Yena aham nirayasa akarma sukhi syamiti, by which I will become effortless, non-doer, happy, iti karyakarana ashraya vyaparo paramam. The body and the indriyas will stop their actions. Tat krutam cha sukhitvam, and that will cause a happy state. Atmaniyadharopya. That is all about body and the mind. But this is superimposed in the Atman. Na karomi kanchit tushnim sukham asamiti abhimanyate loka. And people feel I'm not doing anything. I'm happy, quiet. So Atman is not non-doer or happy like that. Tatra idam lokasya viparita darshana apanayanaya aha Bhagavan. To remove this reverse vision of the people, Bhagavan has told, karmani akarma yapashyat ityadi. One who sees akarma in karma and introspects karma in akarma. Atracha, here, karma karma eva sat. Karya karanashrayam karma rahite avikre atmani sarvayadastam. Yata pandita api am karomi iti mannate. Here, why Bhagavan has said that even a scholar feels I am the doer. Because action is action, which is done by body and the indriyas. But everybody superimposes it in the Atman, and so even the scholars feel that I am the doer. So the next point is Pandita Api. So because it is such ingrained that the scholars also feel I am the doer. In the Brahma Sutra, or the Chatusutri rather, Shankara has given an example that scholars also are just deluded like us. For that, he has given a beautiful example. He has taken the example of a cow or a bullock, that if people are seen with a raised rod hitting, then the cow or bullock runs away. And if it sees green grass in the hand of some welcoming man, it rushes towards it. Now what does scholar do? If he sees favorable situation of the people, he goes there. And if he sees unfavorable situation for him, he runs away. So is it his behavior not same as the cow and bull? And cow and bull are working with not proper knowledge that we know. And so a scholar also has that wrong knowledge. So yata ata atma samavetataya sarvaloka prasiddhe karmani nadi kulaseshu iva vriksheshu gati pratilomena akarma karma bhavam yatha bhutam gati abhavam iva vriksheshu yapashyet. So Shankar gives another example that it is famous that on the bank of any water flow, river, if we are going by a boat, we see the trees on the bank moving in the opposite direction. But a man of steady wisdom will see that they are not moving at all. That is like seeing akarma in karma. Not movement, akarma. Karma on the opposite direction, and that is general view. Akarmanicha, similarly, karya karana vyapara uparame, in the stopping of body and indriya's actions, karmavad atmani adhyaropite, like karma being superimposed on Atman, this karma of not doing something and feeling happy, this is due to ahankar, avisandhi hetu. Ahankara avisandhi hetutvat, because it is also connected with ego of doership. This keeping quiet is also associated with ego of doership. So it feels like akarma, akarmanicha, tasmin akarmanicha, karmaya pashet. One introspectively finds out that doership is there in that ego. Sa evam karma karma vibhagajna. So a wise man like this, who can clearly see what is karma and what is akarma, sa buddhiman, is real pandit. Panda atmavishaya buddhiyasya asti sa pandita. Real pandit means one whose consciousness is according to the nature of the Atman. Manusheshu, amongst men, sa yukto, yogi. He is yukta means he is a yogi. He has achieved some success in sadhana. Krishna karma krucha, saha. And he, in future, will be as if having done all karma. That means he has done all karma means he has achieved the jnana nishta state. Sa ashubhat mokshita, he will be saved from every evil, whether doer or undoer. Mokshita, released from that. Kruta krutyo bhavati iti artha. He has done whatever had to be done. So, a present tense is used for immediate future. So, he has reached the goal. He is a wise man. He has achieved what he had to achieve. These are futuristic things, but told in the present tense. Things are yet to happen, but because they are sure to happen, they are told in the present state. Shall I give an example? I'll cut short. In between, I might have told you many times. Mahaprabhuji is telling my Guruji, you go to Nagpur and work out in ashram. And then he starts talking in the present state. I see before my eyes a big library building. I see before my eyes so many publications in Hindi and Marathi have taken place. I see before my eyes so many brahmacharis and sannyasis are living with you. You go and see it. and then it took many years for that to come into effect. But he has seen that because the process is started. So that is the thing here. So now up to Shloka 24, we are observing the gati of the what we call technically the jnana nishtha. One has been able to feel the right knowledge and is proceeding on that path. That thing is told like present tense because it is sure to happen. So it is told in present tense. I have given you the example just now. I am shloka anyatha vyakyata kaishchit. But unfortunately, this shloka is interpreted in a different way by some people. Katham, that whole thing of nitya karma, shruta karma, smarta karma is again brought by some people. And so Shankar had to refute them to make the matters clear. Katham, how they wrongly interpret Nityanam kila karmanam ishwararthe anushtiyamananam tat phalabhavat akarmani tani uchyante gaunya vruttya. Nitya karmas, those karmas which have to be done, and we are doing it for God, they will not produce any result. So in a secondary manner, they are called non-works. Some interpretation. Nitya karmas done with surrender to God are not counted as work at all because they are not going to produce fruit. So it is akarma. That akarma, but people see it as karma because not doing that will bring papa as a result. That also a secondary meaning that not doing them is called. That those things are called karma because not doing that will bring sin. So that also is a secondary meaning. So in the akarma, that means nitya karma is not producing fruits of karma. That one should see. In the nitya karma as karma, nitya karma is seen as karma because not doing that brings sin. But in that place, we should see a karma because they are not going to produce any result. Clear? Tatra nitya karmani akarma yap pashet phalabhavat. So there the meaning will become one who sees in the nitya karma akarma because there is no result. Yatha dhenu api gau agau uchyate Shirakyam phalam na prayachati iti tadvat. Cow has two different names in Sanskrit. Dhenu means milkless cow. And yet we call it cow. Milkless cow also is cow, but we call it non-cow because it does not give milk as the result. Actually, a non-milk cow also is a cow, but we call it non-cow because it does not give milk. तथा नित्य अकरणे तो अकर्मणि च कर्मय पश्चेत नरकादि प्रत्यवाय फलम प्रयच्छति इति. So not doing nitya karma is a karma. in that one sees karma, because that not doing karma brings sin. So an example is provided for that thing which was told. Now this is the interpretation. Na etad yuktam vyakhyanam. This interpretation is not correct. Evam jnanat ashivat moksha napapatte. So knowing that nitya karma is not karma will not give you moksha. There is no logic to connect moksha with that. Yet gyatva moksha se ashivat iti bhagavata uktam vachanam bhaddayata. And Bhagavan has already used this sentence that by this knowledge we will get moksha. So that will not be congruent with this. Katham, how will not be congruent? Nityanam anushtanat ashuvat syat nama mokshanam natu tesham phalabhava jnana. If you are doing nitya karma, then the bad karma you are avoiding. Not because you know that they do not produce fruit. Nitya karma does not produce fruit. This knowledge is not giving you moksha. But doing that to avoid path, then you are getting good result. Nai nityanam phala abhava jnanam ashubha mukti phalatvena choditam nitya karma jnanam va. So the Vedas have never told that ashubha mukti you will get by feeling that nitya karmas are not karma because there is no fruit. Nitya karma jnanam va, or the knowledge required for doing nitya karma also is not told to tell that that will itself lead to moksha. Nacha bhagavata eva yuktam. And the Lord also, compassionate Lord also, has not told such thing here. Etena akarmani karma darshanam pratyuktam. So I replied to the wrong idea of seeing karma in a karma. Nai akarmani karma iti darshanam kartavyataya iya chodyate nityasya tu kartavyata matram. Similarly, nitya karma is akarma, but it is karma, and to see that as duty is not being told here. Because nitya had to be done without expecting fruit. So there is no darshan told here. Nacha akaranat nityasya pratyavayo bhavati iti vijnanat kinchit phalam syat. By the knowledge that not doing nitya karma will give sin, this knowledge is not going to give you anything. Napi nitya akaranam jnayatvena joditam. And so, not doing nitya karma and the result thereof is not told here. Napi karma akarma iti mithya darshanat ashivat mokshanam buddhimatam yuktata krishna karma kritva adicha phalam upapadyate stutiva. Similarly, akarma karma is akarma, that is how they are interpreted, but that is mithya darshan. So by that ashivat mokshanam buddhimatvam yuktata krishna karma kritva adicha phalam is not rationally real, stutiva, or praising that as the effect in life also is unreal. Mithya jnanam eva hi sakshat ashubha rupam kuta anyasmat ashivat mokshanam. Nai tamah tamaso nivartakam bhavati. Wrong knowledge is directly the reason of evil. How that will make a man free from evil of some other cause? Nai tamah tamaso nivartakam bhavati. Darkness is not going to remove darkness. So, this mithya jnana is directly the cause of evil. How can that mithya jnana remove the evil of something else? Mithya jnanam eva hi sakshat. No. Here now doubt is asked. Nanu karmani yad akarma darshanam akarmani va karma darshanam natad mithya jnanam kim tari gaunam phala bhava abhava nimitta. See, the argument is put that don't call it false knowledge. It may be a secondary knowledge because nitya karma does not produce fruit. So, to see akarma in that and to see not doing nitya karma gives you sin. Both these are secondary knowledges because the phala means pap. No phala means nitya karma. That is the reason. So, this is a secondary talk. Reply: no, this thinking is wrong. Karma akarma vijnanadapi gaunat phalasya ashravanat. Suppose what you say, karma akarma, that knowledge does not even secondarily give such fruit. What fruit? Moksha. Napi shruta hani ashruta parikalpanaya kachit visheshwa labhyate. And it is clearly not the meaning of Vedas. And to give the real meaning and that which is not the meaning you are imagining, that will not change anything. स्वशब्देनापि अशक्यं वक्तुं नित्यकर्मणां फलं नास्ति अकर्णाच्च तेषां नरकपातः स्यादिति. Bhagavan could have directly said that nitya karmas will not give any fruit, not doing will give sin. That is nowhere mentioned here. Tatra vyajena paravyamo rupena karmani akarmaya pashad ityadina ki. And telling him such pretext and indirect way. What is the meaning of that? Directly he could have said, nitya karma is not giving any result, not doing will give you sin. Karma in akarma, karma in karma. How does that apply? Tatra evam paravyamo rupena. Deluding others using such words. Tatra evam yachakshana bhagavata uttam vakyam loko vyamohartam iti viktam kalpitam syat. If you talk like that, it means the sentence used by Bhagavan is for deluding people. That becomes your meaning. That becomes your imagination. Nacha etat chadmarupena vakyena rakshaniyam vastu. The truth is not such that it is to be kept secret by some symbolic language. Napi shabdantarena punah punah uchyamanam subodham syat iti evam bhaktum yuktam. And to say that because it is deep, I am telling by different words and such deluding words. No meaning. Karmani eva adhikarastha iti atra sputatara uttartho napuna vaktavyo bhavati. You are fit for karma only is the clear meaning. So that need not be told again, that you do nitya karma. It has been told already, old thing. सर्वत्र च प्रशस्तं बोद्धव्यं च कर्तव्यम् एव न निष्प्रयोजनं बोद्धव्यम् इति उच्यते. That which will give a definite result is called everywhere to be done. That which does not give any fruit will not be called that we have to know this. That which is praised, that is told both to be known and to be done. Bodhavyam cha kartavyam. Prashastam. That which is praiseworthy only is told to be known and to be done. What does not give result is not told as to be known. न च मिथ्याज्ञानं बोद्धव्यं भवति तत् प्रत्युपस्थापितं वा वस्तु आभासम्. This wrong knowledge can never become to be known, or by this delusive something produced by that knowledge also cannot be boddhavyam. Napi nityanam akaranat abhavat pratyavaya bhavatpatti. Now he comes to something very fundamental, very important, but up till now he had not broached that. He said the very assumption that not doing nitya karma produces sin has no rational base. Nasato vidyate bhava iti vachanat. Bhagavan has said that which is asat has no presence whatsoever. So not doing cannot produce anything positive. Pratham asata sajayati iti darkitam. Even in Chandogya Upanishad, Aruni had used this sentence, that some people say that in the beginning was non-existence, and from that existence has come. How is it possible for existence to come from non-existence? So, non-doing nitya karma is like non-existence. From that papa, like fruit, how can it come? Asata sadjanma pratishedat, asata sadutpattim bruvata, asadeva sadbhavet, satya asad bhavet iti uktam syat. Actually, from non-existence, no fruit will come. And if Bhagavan tells that from asat, fruit will come, the sin will come, that means non-existence will become existence. And existence will become non-existence. That sin will become coming from non-existence. Satya ayuktam sarva pramana virodha. And it is against all means of knowledge. So it is wrong. Okay. A big commentary. Nacha nishfaram vidadyat karma shastram dukkha swarupatvad dukkha satya buddhi purvakataya karyatva anupavatte. Now another important point. Nitya karma shastra has asked you to do. It will not tell you to do such karma which does not produce any fruit. It is definitely some effort, some misery, some pain in that. And you have to consciously do without any result of that. Do some painful thing. Shastra is not a fool to tell you like that. Tad akaraneccha narakapata abhyupagame anarthaya eva ubhayata api karane akaraneccha shastra nishvaram karpitam syat. So Shastra is telling you, you do karma, you will not get any result. If you do not do, you will get sin. So what Shastra is telling? Bad result from both sides. So Shastra will be meaningless then. Swa abhyupagama virodhacha nityam nishvalam karma iti Abhyupagamya moksha phalayati bruhata. And you are telling this nitya karma will lead to moksha, and you are telling nitya karma has no fruit. So you are contradicting yourself also. Tasmad yatha shruta evartha karmanya karmaya ityade tatha cha vyakyata asmabhi shloka. So the meaning is, as we have heard, that karma, you have to see akarma in karma, wrongly perceived as karma, you have to see akarma in that, and some karma is hidden in your akarma that you have to detect. So that is how the shloka has to be interpreted as we have. So a long commentary, explanatory first, and then some wrong view about nitya karma has to be refuted. This ends the commentary of the 18th shloka. Now 18th shloka is the entry into Jnana Nishtha that we have seen. Now this continues in the life of two types of people. Most important topic of the Bhagavad Gita, which Shankara has explained, but he has not given sufficient emphasis to this point, goes without saying. Though he has shown Janaka's example because Bhagavan has shown, he has not given sufficient emphasis to that. That for a man of knowledge, that for a man of Jnana Nishtha, external karma is possible. And though externally karma is seen in a Jnani as well as a Jnana Nishtha, internally is not doing any karma. So this point Shankara has nowhere sufficiently emphasized. Again and again he has said, Jnani cannot do karma, Jnana Nishtha cannot do karma. Externally they can do karma. Externally we can see karma in their life. Anyway, so that is the topic now. In two different ways, a man of, I am telling now before, a man of knowledge may be sitting idle in other people's views because he is intensely mentally working out his knowledge. Or a man of knowledge or Jnana Nishtha can be externally busy in some work in the sight of people, but internally he is not doing that because of his knowledge itself. So this is the meaning of shloka 19 to 23, and 24 is the culmination, description of a Brahmajna who is doing some work and a Brahmajna who is apparently not doing anything. So we shall come to that slowly. We read 19. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjita jnanagni dagga karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. Samarambha. We plan to do some work. We have a sankalpa that I shall do some work. And so work itself is called that which has begun. Arambha. Arambha means sankalpa purvak arambha. And because karma, buddhi purvak karma is always done with a sankalpa, so karma is called arambha. Now, somebody is doing karma, but there is neither desire in that karma, nor plan, nor sankalpa, nor will that I will do this karma. Neither will nor desire. If there is karma like this, then what happens to that karma? Jnanagni dagga karmanam. That is the fire of knowledge in the form of Jnana Nishtha. So that will burn all karma. The knowledge that I am not the doer will definitely burn all karmas, because karma means I am the doer. Now here action is seen, but he has neither desire nor I am the doer and I shall do this thing. So those actions will be burnt. Such a person, the wise man call him Pandit. So real Pandit is such a man who has consciousness of the nature of Atman. So because of that consciousness of the nature of Atman, that itself is destroying all his karma. So though karma is seen outside, but it is bereft of desire and bereft of his will. So doing karma outside, but no effect. That etat karmani akarmadi darshanam stuyate. Shankar says the effect in life of that one who can see and introspect is being told in all these shlokas. Asya yathokta darshana sarve yavanta samarambha karmani samarabhyante iti samarambha. Yasya yathokta darshana, a man with the true vision as told up till now. Maybe Jnanishta, maybe Jnani. His sarve samarambha karmani are begun with some sankalpa. So karma itself is called samarambha. Kama sankalpa orjita. Kama tat karanicha sankalpa. Oh, sankalpa has gone very rude. Some idea arises in the mind, that it becomes desire, and then when man works. Now the correct meaning. Kama sankalpa orjita means because sankalpa is seen in the work. Work itself is called sankalpa. So the next word of sankalpa does not have that meaning. What is the meaning there? Some idea in the mind. That becomes desire. So some idea in the mind is not there. That becomes the desire is not there. Such karma. Varjita. Mudha eva cheshta matra anushtiyante. So from outside you will see uselessly, meaninglessly he is doing something. Actually, the work of a jnani or jnanishta does not carry any selfish purpose. So sometimes it appears as if irrelevant, fool-like, what is he doing? But it is happening. He is not doing. Here Shankar makes very clear. Pravruttena chet lokasangrartham, nivruttena chet jivanamatrartham. So it is still jnanishta or a jnani because jivana matrartham. He is doing some karma, like begging food or sustaining his life. Now the question comes, why he wants to sustain life? Because he has to do sadhana still. So it becomes a jnananishta. Now jnani sustains his life. If prarabdha brings him food, why should he should go to baking also? So now it is clear that this is a jnananishta. Now, if we see him doing some work, then he is doing for the right maintenance of people, lokasangra. Even a jnananishta or a jnani, if we see him working, it is not for himself, it is for the good of people. And if he is not doing anything, and yet we see some action, that is for upkeep of his life. Tam jnanadi dagda karmanam, karmadi darshanam jnanam. So, Which is the knowledge here? The consciousness of seeing akarma in karma. Tadeva Agni, it is like a fire. Tena jnanagnina daddani shivachiva lakshanani karmani yasyatam au parmarthata panditam buddha brahmoida. Parmarthata really is the pandit. That is what the wise men call him. So, we will proceed this on Monday now. Beautiful topic. Om Prapanna Parijataya Dotra Vetra Ekapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna parijataya totra vitraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha.